Super.
I have no idea how to do that, so y'all are gonna have to show me later.
I'll just send you the YouTube link. That'll be
Okay,
easy.
thank you.
Easy, easy. Sweet. So both of them are recording. Karen, I didn't get notifications that yours started, but that's okay.
I think it's just in general, if they say you're okay to be recorded once, then whoever
Oh,
records it, which
it
is good
connects
to know.
everyone. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm looking, but I ain't touching nothing.
I can show you when we're done how to do that if you want to do that for future
Thank
use.
you. Thank you. I actually
All
just
right.
recently learned how to raise my hand in another online conference, so I'm gonna.
Mine's turned off right now.
I don't know how I would do that.
Yeah. Your React and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Welcome, everyone. This is our first ever town hall talk. So you might be thinking, what the heck is a town hall talk? It's okay. We didn't know what it was at first. We just have so many great conversations in the office that we wanted to bring them to you. We wanted you to have a little insight to what goes on behind the scenes in the office. Like, where do our train of thoughts go? How do we get on these random topics? And how do we come up with these crazy ideas of things to do? But not only that, in the last year, we've welcomed a lot of great people into our space here at the Health Collective. So we want to introduce you to them so you can see what everyone does and maybe like resonate with someone and be like, hey, I need that in my life. Or hey, I'm going to try that out next time I'm in there. So, like I said, lots of cool stuff. We don't really know where this is going tonight, so we're just going to wing it. And as always, if you have questions, speaking of that, I need to show my chat. There we go. Now I can see it. If you have questions, send them to us. Don't be afraid to ask anything. If you want to unmute yourself and ask something, totally okay. But like I said, we're basically just getting together once a month to chat about various topics that have come up on a regular basis in the office. Because let's be for real, guys, if we're talking about it 2 and 3 times a day, chances are it's running through your mind too. So we want to share that information with you. So tonight's just going to be very informal, introductory. So I'll start. I'm Dr. Meredith. I'm a chiropractor and nutritionist here at the Health Collective. I see chiropractic patients in person. Obviously, nutrition patients I see virtually and in person. So whatever type of support you need, I'm here to get that for you. A little bit about me. So actually, when I was just getting my nails done today, the girl's like, why did you decide to be a chiropractor? And I was like, well, funny you should ask. I have to talk about this later. So I decided to be a chiropractor because of my brothers. Crazy, right? So our first trip to the chiropractor was actually when I was like 8 years old. It was for my younger brother. He crashed his motorcycle. He ended up in the emergency room with a dislocated pelvis, and he was in traction for, I don't know, 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, however long we were there, long enough for mom to take the TV with our PlayStation to the hospital. So we were there for quite a bit. So we get home, and they're just like, you're going to be on crutches. And in like 6 weeks, you'll be fine. But guys, think about it. Yes, he crashed. Yes, he hit the ground. Yes, he dislocated his pelvis. But what about the rest of his body? The rest of his body went flying through the air and smashed into the ground. So a good family friend is like, hey, you need to take him to the chiropractor. Now, at this time, it's the early 2000s. My mom actually worked at the hospital, and she's like, we are not taking our 6-year-old son to the chiropractor. And my dad's like, no, we're going to the chiropractor. So me being me, like I said, I just spent 2 or 3 days with him. I can't remember how many in the hospital. And I was like, well, you're just going to the chiropractor without me. Like, I got to make sure he's okay. So to the chiropractor, we go. We walk in there, super cool, the whole adjustment. The chiropractor really didn't even do much to his pelvis because he knew the week before, like, there had been a traumatic injury, there had been traction and everything. So they didn't even touch the hip, which still blows my mind to this day. They just adjusted the rest of his body, and he basically walked out of there dragging his crutches. Now, my mom being my mom, like I said, she was in the medical field. She's like, you have to take your crutches to school. You have to use them. And we were in Catholic school at this time. So we'd go outside for recess. And my brother's literally dragging his crutches behind him. He's playing kickball, holding his crutches up in the air. And the teacher, like, monitoring recess is like, Mare, should your brother be doing that? And I'm like, I don't know. He looks fine to me. Like, let him run around. So, long story short, one trip to the chiropractor and this kid's running around like crazy again. So, I can't remember, it wasn't long. It was really only like 3 or 4 weeks. Like I said, the original doctor said 6 weeks before you do anything again. And we finally convinced my mom to let him ride his motorcycle again. So, away he went. After that, though, the chiropractor became a normal part of our routine. Every couple weeks, we would go get alignments to make sure everything was working properly, to make sure your muscles are working, to make sure your bones are relaxed. So it wasn't long after that that I was like, that's so freaking cool. And that's what I'm doing when I get older. So fast forward, what was it? 14 years, I think, I became a chiropractor. So that's my little spiel about how I got into chiropractic. But before I go any more about that, I just want to tell you a little bit about nutrition. So, along the way, getting chiropractic for myself, I learned that there is such a strong relationship between nutrition and chiropractic. If you are not holding your adjustment, if certain muscles in the body aren't working, it's because your body's lacking a nutrient. So that was kind of like my take into chiropractic or into nutrition and how nutrition fit in with chiropractic. And then along the way, when I went to chiropractic school, I decided to get my master's in nutrition as well, which that was great. That was very basic though. It was very boring if you ask me. I didn't really know how to implement what I learned in my master's program into chiropractic. So then in 2020, 2020 was crazy. Like I did a lot of random stuff that I would not change for the world, but I was bored. So I decided to go back to school to get another degree to figure out, actually, it wasn't a degree. It was like, I don't know, a certificate, we'll call it, to figure out how to help people with these health problems, to get them the appropriate testing they need to get to the root cause of why they're having these issues in the first place. So then it was after 2020 when I really was like, okay, nutrition is going to be a much bigger part of my practice, making sure people are eating properly. If we don't have a strong foundation with our foods, taking a supplement isn't going to do anything. It's basically the same as taking a prescription. So if we're making sure we're eating all the right foods, then the supplement just kind of enhances where our diet is lacking. And that's really what I've been focusing on these last 3 or 4 years now, is making sure people have a strong foundation with nutrition so then they can live their best life and not be taking 20, 30 supplements a day. Because like I said, taking 20 to 30 pills, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's a medication or a supplement. Why are you taking that many in the first place? So that's my story about how I ended up here. But then also on another whim, because what year was that? That was 2021. It was right at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. I just woke up one morning and said to Matt at 6 a.m., I'll never forget, his eyes were like half closed. I said, Matt, we're going on an adventure after work. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm sick of my office being at home. I'm ready to work in a space to have more people come to work with me so we can help our community be more healthy than they already are, to provide more services for them. I said, so after work, bring your tape measure, bring your pad of paper, and we're going to work. So then that's how we ended up here. And then you guys know the rest. Long story, lots of work, lots of hours, lots of interviews, meeting people, trying to find the right people to fill this space. Like I said, now I wouldn't trade it for the world. So that's how I ended up here. But one more thing before I pass the mic to Karen, because I'm 2 minutes over. Who do I help and what do I help people with? So with chiropractic, obviously any musculoskeletal problem for the most part, anything that needs to be aligned, anything like guys from your feet to back pain, to headaches, to shoulder and arm pain and stuff. That's what chiropractic can help. I love to help people of all ages. I've adjusted anyone. My youngest patient was 6 hours old. And my oldest patient, he just passed away last August. He was 96 years old. So wherever you fall in that times or in that lifespan, I can probably help you. But guess what? If I can't help you, I work with a lot of great people now, so I can just pass you off and let them help you. So that's a little bit about me. Like I said, any questions for me, drop it in the chat. Any questions about what I do, drop it in the chat. But I'm going to pass the mic on to Karen now.
Hello, I'm Karen Slack. I am your resident spiritual and energy life coach. I offer services such as energy work through Reiki and inner light techniques, guided meditation, intuitive guidance, and intuitive contemplation, tapping, and basically that gives us just a gamut of services that help you connect with that peace and that well-being on an energetic and spiritual level. I feel like there's a beautiful wholeness to spiritual and energetic self-care. And I feel like it can subtly influence us on our healing journey, and physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I love that I get to create space within this space for people to lean into that type of wellness, or to add this onto their healing journey, to embrace self-acceptance, peace, relief, self-awareness, empowerment, whatever it is that they're searching for. We can customize some sessions to work with them. I do always want to remind people that these kind of services complement the other work that you're doing and do not replace. And it is a great way to complement what you're already doing. We have often seen the notion of, like me and Meredith have noticed, that a lot of times when clients do energy work before a chiropractic visit, that they actually are able to receive a better adjustment, and that sometimes they last longer. We have
Makes sense.
experienced I've actually, quite a few of my clients I've experienced with energy work or meditation, them having tools to balance the anxiety that they're experiencing in their life, or to embrace a true deep self-acceptance long term. And I come from a space where I feel like we all have this uniquely beautiful energy within us. And I feel like part of our healing journey is to become aware of that, and to accept it and celebrate it, and to forgive and release what might be standing in front of it, or standing in the way of it. I have a history of working. I started working in a salon back when I was 18, and I spent 22 years or more working in a salon, helping people find their unique beauty on the outside. And I found myself getting into meditation and energy work for myself personally to support migraines, insomnia that I was experiencing. And it actually led me down a path of exploring my own individual spirituality and having some rather profound spiritual experiences that led me to multiple courses. And I started out with creating guided meditations because back in 2011, we didn't have Spotify that we could go to and look up anything. And so I started creating these guided meditations to fit what I needed. To have a slower beginning, or a certain intention, or a certain guidance along the way. And that led into energy work and combining the two and embracing my intuition. And I always leaned more into the more spiritual and emotional side of this work until I came here. And I started working next to Meredith and the ladies here. And I found that I gained a much deeper wisdom about how energy shows up in our body and how it can influence us as a whole. And I truly am humbled to be able to be part of the conversation and to witness how everybody experiences things along the way, and to see and have these energetic conversations about how things could be showing up with what I do and with what these other ladies do. And yeah, I really enjoy it here. As far as what I do to help people, I guess I've kind of hit on a little bit of that along the way, but I find that the modalities that I use offer tools to empower people to move through things like anxiety, or to reflect on some of the more challenging blocks that they may be coming up with, or to help them find space within their life and within themselves to get to know themselves again, to look at their whole self and do that with a little bit of forgiveness and awareness of, this is who I want to be or know that I am, and this is what's here, and what can we do meditatively and energetically to help move through that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I hit all my points. I always have points to keep me guided, or else I babble off the way. But yeah, I'd have to say, as far as my favorite experiences with clients, is introducing them to energy work and introducing them to meditation, and that it doesn't have to be a challenge, and to let them know that, you know what, chances are you're already meditating at certain moments. Let's build on that. Or to introduce people to that inner knowing or that self-awareness that they already have and are cultivating, they just don't realize it, and to help them find ways to click those pieces together. So if you have any questions about what I do and what I offer, or for me, feel free to throw it in the chat. I know that often there are lots of questions about what I do, as far as some myths that you might heard of, or what the benefits are and different things. I do know that energy work and meditation can help with chronic pain over time. I've witnessed that within my clients, and it can help with chronic, I'd have to say, when, like, if you feel like your energy is low or you just feel stuck long term, I feel like it's a great accent to work that you do with that. So yeah, any questions or thoughts? Is there anything that I didn't say that you guys are mentioning?
The only other thing is, guys, Karen too, you can come in person or you can do virtual options. So
Yes, absolutely.
many opportunities.
I have in person or virtual, so that if you're not local, we can do that kind of stuff through Zoom. And the Zoom energy sessions the virtual energy sessions are a little bit different than the in person, but it definitely still supports you. A lot of people are like, how does it do that virtually? We can do energy work from a distance as well as in person. And I also have a podcast and a collection of classes that are available currently, and that I'm really excited to launch over the next however many months. So it gets to be something that you do on your own time, or we can connect and do together. So very cool. Thank you for mentioning that. Any thoughts or questions on anything?
Up next, we'll welcome our fabulous massage therapist, Lindsay. I feel like I'm on a talk show host right now.
I know. And up next, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay, the Health Collective's massage therapist. I've either maybe worked with some of you before, or you've seen me around the office. I've been practicing as a massage therapist for about 5 years now. I've only been at the Health Collective, not even a year yet. And I feel like it's crazy. I think December 1st is my anniversary. So that's pretty exciting, kind of crazy to think about. But I'm also a registered yoga instructor. And I've been practicing that for about 9 years now, as far as my teachings go. And it's just amazing to think, over the last almost decade, I've seen such an amazing progression towards the awareness and desire to learn more about holistic and alternative therapies. people collectively as a society, it seems like they're moving more towards wanting to learn about more holistic practices. And it's such an amazing thing to be a part of and to bear witness to. I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And Karen, you hit the nail on the head. It's amazing to be able to work alongside Meredith and you and Julie and everybody else that's at the Health Collective. Um, it's just an amazing and profound experience. But kind of thinking about, it took me a minute to think about where I really started in this kind of holistic medical practice. And I think it started when I was in my yoga teacher training. And I had just finished and I was guiding a class, and I would see students kind of hold their shoulders up in their ear, up towards their ears, and a warrior position, or holding their breath in their chest. Exactly. And just looking very uncomfortable. I would see tension manifest in their bodies right before my eyes. And it's not like they were doing anything wrong. It was just they were just moving through the postures. And I remember thinking to myself, just a little assist, just a little like tap on the shoulders to kind of remind my students, like, relax, it's okay, just breathe, and we'll move through the positions together. And when I did that, I would see, like, right before my eyes, I would see these amazing transformations. Like, my students would bloom in the positions, and all of their angst and tension and anxiety of being in the position would just kind of melt away. Just a little like tap on the shoulder or a tap on the back. It was just really kind of profound to me that the slightest touch can make such a world of difference. And I've been, teaching on and off ever since. It's, the love of my life. But anyway, that kind of led me to massage therapy. It really showed me, just like I said, the profound impact of therapeutic touch. And fast forward a few years later, I was in the FLCC therapeutic massage and integrated healthcare program, and dove headfirst into my massage therapy practice. Like I said, I've been working in this field for about 5 years now. And I'm just, I consider myself so lucky to be part of this amazing, and it's not an old practice. Complementary and alternative therapies have been around for thousands of years. But like I said earlier, there's just this kind of awakening that's going on with society, it seems, that want to get into the roots of their healthcare and starting to realize that wellness is a very multifaceted kind of concept. And massage therapy, chiropractic, yoga, acupuncture, Reiki are just foundational components into that. And it's just an amazing thing to bear witness to. I've worked with clients that have experience migraines and TMJ and plantar fasciitis, just good old fashioned muscle pain and tension. And some people come into my office that just want to simply exist on a table and breathe and step away from the chaotic everyday life. And it's an amazing space that it's amazing that I've had the opportunity to be able to kind of create this space where people can come in for, psychological conditions, stress and anxiety, or physical stress and physical pain, and help alleviate any tension that they're experiencing from, psychological, emotional, and physical ailments. So I know I spoke really fast. But if anybody has any questions and they kind of want to revisit anything that I touched upon, please feel free to write it in the comments, or you can come seek me out at the office personally. Trust me, I'm much better one-on-one than I am on Zoom as far as conversations go. But yes, thank you so much for listening to what I have to say and being interested in these amazing practices.
One more thing, Lindsay, give a
Yes.
shout out about your yoga class.
Oh yeah. So I'm so excited about this. I just started a yoga class that's completely donation based. It's held once a month on the first Saturday of every month from 9:30 to 10:30. You pay what you can if you can. And at the end of the year, all of the donations get brought to, I'm still working on bringing it to the Yates County Animal Shelter just to make sure that they're okay with me using their name and things like that. But I have a couple of animal shelters in mind that I want to bring all of the proceeds to, basically. I've called it Yoga for a Good Pause, and I'm really excited about it. It's really fun. All experience levels are welcome. If you've never practiced yoga a day in your life, it's perfect for you. You know, if you've been practicing yoga for years, it's perfect for you. I'm really excited for the next one. I just had my first one last weekend, and I can't wait for the up and coming classes. So thank you.
And next up on our list, Julie, did you figure out your technical difficulties? Guys, we told you we're not IT department over here. We just wing it on Zoom. So we'll let Julie, our acupuncturist, unmute herself and tell you about what she does. Karen, we need you to unmute.
Hang on 1 second. Okay, you're all set.
Okay, I apologize. Thank you, Karen. I am so sorry. I have a new computer and I'm still trying to figure everything out. But yes, my name is Julie Hoster, or Jules, I'm often referred to as. I am the acupuncture here on staff, and I'm lucky enough to work with all these wonderful ladies. Meredith has set up a wonderful facility. I hate to even call it a facility because it's like a home. It's wonderful. And a healing place, I believe, for all. And I believe we're all growing as a result of it. It's been a wonderful experience so far. And we just keep growing. I mean, I think spiritually we're growing. I think, and as far as our practice, I believe we all work very well together because, as I always say, Meredith works with bones and muscle, and of course she's very talented and does the kinesiology and the nutrition as well. Lindsay works with muscle. I work with chi. Karen works with spirit, and we're all kind of coming together to work for everyone's wellness and bring everyone back to a place of healing and, again, good health. So with that, I just want to say that I provide acupuncture here. It's a traditional Chinese medicine, which has been around for over 5,000 years. And traditional Chinese medicine isn't just acupuncture, though. It actually has a lot to do with body work, nutrition, has to do with qigong, which is breathing. And then, of course, we have the acupuncture as well, which is what I do, the majority of what I do. Again, all of what we do here, though, kind of comes together and was used to keep people well for over 5,000 years, using the breath, using their bodies, eating well, and taking good care of themselves and their spirit. Their physical body is what they did for years before Western medicine came into existence. So with acupuncture, I utilize needles, very tiny needles. They're they're like less than about the size of a hair. Sterile needles, and what they do is they access energy points in the body, which 5,000 years ago, I don't know how they figured it out, but they have been able to back it now with scientific data that use of these points actually produces changes in the brain and in the body to release neurotransmitters, reduce cortisol. It reduces stress in the body. So they have a healing effect that is now being measured for its ability to heal. And that's being measured scientifically. However, again, Chinese medicine has been doing it for over 5,000 years. So I'm probably going to kind of bow out a little bit. I don't want to keep you, I think everyone did a wonderful job. I don't want to kind of get it more confusing, but that's basically what I add to this. And I'm able to treat pain, stress, anxiety. We can treat many headaches, digestive issues have all been cured with, I can't say cured, have all been, acupuncture has been able to alleviate people experiencing those. And I think that's it. I'm going to let it
Give a
go.
plug about cosmetic
Oh,
acupuncture.
I forgot about that. Okay, I don't know how I could forget that.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. So I also do what's called cosmetic acupuncture, which is relatively new, but it has gained a lot of popularity in the last few years, especially because the Kardashians do it and all these other popular people are doing the cosmetic acupuncture. But what that entails is I use, again, the needles in acupuncture points on the face. Again, acupuncture points are areas of the body that they have measured that actually bring more energy and blood to the area of your face or to your wherever the needle is for healing. So with the cosmetic acupuncture, I use the needles, very tiny, the tiniest needles. They're even smaller than the ones I do for healing. And gua sha, which is scraping, which is brings blood, increases, stimulates blood flow to your face. I also do cupping, which you've seen with Michael Phelps. I believe that's his name. He has the marks on his back. Those I do that as well on the face, but it's more like a slide cupping. You won't have the marks. And that again brings blood and energy to the areas of the face, and it reduces wrinkles, increases collagen production, and has been found to, again, in the process, heal other parts of your body as well. So when you get it, it increases circulation of blood throughout your body. And generally, it takes a few treatments, but you will see the results within 2 months is what I think. I think the ones we've seen, I think you definitely see an improvement within 2 months. You start seeing the full effect of it. So that is available as well here. But again, all of us are using the body techniques. Meredith and Lindsay, I think they both do cupping. I think everyone's been kind of working that into their, and we all do it. So you can benefit from any of us as far as reducing pain and again, increasing blood circulation within your body for healing. I think that's it. Sorry. All right. So, but yes, back to you, Meredith. You've been doing great, by the way, all of you.
Cool. Thanks. Talk show
Okay.
host over here.
You're doing fantastic. All right. I'm going to step out
So-
because I'm going to give Karen back her seat. But thank you, Karen. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Okay. All right. Bye.
Thanks to our fake Karen.
Thank you. Bye.
So that's a little bit about what we all individually do. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to unmute all of us practitioners here, and we're just going to give you some scenarios about how we really work together. So for instance, not today, but yesterday, I had 1 or 2 people, I can't even remember because the days just blurred together, that before their chiropractor appointment, they went and got a massage. So when they came into my room, they were so relaxed. Why am I telling you this? Because it makes the adjustment that much easier for me. Because once Lindsay does her thing, once she gets all those knots out of those tight muscles, then I can adjust them and they actually hold the adjustment better. So that's how chiropractic can work with massage therapy. And like I said, we have a handful of clients now who that's just their routine. When they come in, they get treatment from us both. So I'm going to let Lindsay touch base on this about how she sees an improvement as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really amazing, and it's just wonderful to be able to offer these modalities at the same time. I'll have clients, they'll come in and say, let's see, I don't know, for example, they're experiencing discomfort with like upper cross syndrome. They'll have, really rounded shoulders and their pelvis will be tilted, and that for me, when I know that they're going to see Dr. Meredith afterwards, I'm going to focus on the primary areas that I think she's going to be working with. The laminar grooves along the spine, pectoral muscles, all of the areas that really surround a specific like ailment or condition. And I try to help set the stage for her to be able to do not even a more effective adjustment, because she's amazing in what she does already. But so, like she was saying, our clients can hold their adjustments longer. And that will look like kind of like what I just said, pairing, let me rephrase. That will look like me loosening up and elongating the musculoskeletal tissue, the muscle tissue, ligaments, tendons, fascia, all of this connective tissue that really holds our bodies together throughout our day-to-day lives, gravity included. We kind of move ourselves through posture with the shoes that we wear, the jobs that we work with, and our day-to-day lives really affect the overall health and condition of our muscles, our alignment, and then thus how we're aligned in general. So what I love to do when I see that a massage is paired up with a chiropractic adjustment, like I said, I really focus on those key points that I know I can kind of assume that Dr. Meredith is going to be working on, and I'll focus on those areas primarily, in addition to any other ailments that might be bothering somebody, like shoulder pain, headaches, foot pain, something like that. Obviously, I tailor all of my massages to what the client is asking for and what they specifically need. But I also like to kind of cue in and say, hey, like, you feel like you're, experiencing some hip pain, and, you're finding that you're experiencing a little bit of shoulder tension. Well, a lot of times that can be, and I'll gently encourage clients to be open to me massaging the pec muscles, because a lot of times if they're experiencing kind of neck and shoulder pain, it's because they've been typing at a desk all day, and I educate them as to how one, if one muscle is tight, it's probably because another one is either too loose or it needs to be strengthened in some way. And I think that kind of touches a little bit upon what you were trying to get at, right, Dr. Meredith?
Yep.
Yes,
Definitely. Okay. So
it's
then
it's easier to do than say.
right. So on that note too, guys, one other thing. So Lindsay and I are talking right now about how some patients benefit from getting both treatments in the same day. However, we have also experienced some patients that cannot handle two treatments in the same day. So I was literally just talking about this with my mom this afternoon. She was like, well, should I get them done on the same day? And I go, I don't know. And until we try it once, we're not going to know. But I can tell you right now that one day I did energy work with Karen, followed by acupuncture with Jules. I felt like I got hit by a bus. It was great. Don't get me wrong. They both provided excellent care, but it's way too much for my body. So it's kind of like an experiment when we say, hey, let's try this. And like I said, sometimes it works out great and we have awesome results and we can do 2 or 3 treatments on the same day. Sometimes your body's going to give us a message that says, whoa, hold up, I cannot do that. So we have to pick and choose what works best for your body. Like I said, we're here to give you the best experience. We want to provide one place where okay, even though I got adjusted on Monday and I'm going to get a massage, say on Thursday, that's enough time for your body to rest. Just know we communicate, guys. We talk about how to provide you the best care, how to make you feel your best. That being said, I've also had a lot of great experience with Karen. She does energy work on clients first and then either sends them into my chiropractic room or into Lindsay's massage room for a massage. So let's let Karen talk a little bit about how she sets the tone before putting them on our table.
So, I'm not muted. So just to introduce a little bit about what I work with a client with. I'm going to reference energy work. We have an energy about us. We have an energy system that flows around us, it flows through us, and this energy system consists of our aura, our chakras, and our meridians. Julie would know a little bit more about the meridians because that leans into acupuncture and acupressure and all of that. However, one of the things that I do with energy work is we work with creating balance and welcoming in positive energy to this energy field. When we move throughout our day and throughout our life, we take on energy from our exterior situations, from life, as well as we have an internal energy that happens. And what can happen when we take on a lot of this exterior energy and it builds up and it mucks up, it ends up filtering through our chakras and then can also sit in our fascia, in our organs, in our nervous system, and can create an imbalance physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and they all combine together. So the notion with energy work is that we want to go in and help to create a peaceful, positive balance within that energy so that your body and your mind can relax and be open to your body's own ability, natural ability to heal. And if we can address certain chakras that are related to certain concerns you have in that whole picture of self, then we can influence the energy surrounding the area that you want treatment. And one of the really cool things that happens is often we're finding that, say you have neck pain or say you have tightness in your chest, we are working with your heart chakra. And you're also experiencing that fight or flight and chaos and overwhelm in life. That may be more of a root chakra issue. So we've had some really cool conversations about how we can balance those chakras, and it would open you up to relaxing, to receive maybe some deeper treatment from Meredith on your adjustment or from Lindsay during the massage. And we accent those modalities with a little bit of energy work, as well as meditation really is a good tool that pairs with that to help give us a space for that tools that we can work with here in the office and that you can take home to continue that at home. And it can influence on all sorts of issues. Yes, Lindsay, look at you raising your hand. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're muted, so it's okay. You raised
You
your
did
hand.
good.
Still working on it. So Karen, exactly like what you were just saying about how when you do work on your table, when you're working with the meridians and the chakras, it can sometimes open people up to be able to receive chiropractic adjustment or therapeutic massage a little bit more on a deeper level. It goes both ways. We were working with a client that received massage therapy first, and it was pretty apparent when she walked in that there was some stuff that she was holding on to. And during the massage there, and it's very often that people will experience some sort of energetic release because as body workers, no matter which way you slice it, we work with energy.
Sorry, that was my stone.
Okay. And it's just so nice to be able to offer our clients like, hey, if there's something that comes up for you, and sometimes people don't even know what it is, they'll either like just start rambling, or they might even have some tears, or some people even have gotten angry on the table and have said, I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm so upset right now. Obviously, Karen, I'm not going to send you some like really angry person.
Have at it, bring it on.
I know you can handle it. But I've seen people leave my sessions having, working through the knots literally and figuratively. And sometimes when you walk out of a massage, people have things that come up and they don't really know what to do with it. Energy comes up. If it gets stagnant, massage is, we're at what, like 80% water. Massage loosens all of that up. And people don't really know what to do with all of it, literally and figuratively. And then I have the ability to send them to Karen, and I've seen the transformation. They'll leave me with this stuff going on and walk out of a session with Karen immediately afterwards. And it's like the veil has been lifted, and you've just, you kind of, how to move that energy that might be displaced, or kind of release any energy that might be stuck or blocked in any way. And it goes both ways. I've seen, I've worked with clients that have come from your sessions into massage therapy, and then seeing people leave my massage that have stuff that have come up that they don't know what to do with, into receiving an energy practice with you. It's really amazing. And I can't emphasize like enough how amazing it is that we're all, we come from very similar, but also very different backgrounds, and we can support each other, and in that light support our clients and our community much better. And it's just an amazing thing. And you touched upon that briefly, and I just wanted to add a little exclamation point next to it.
Absolutely. And I love the way you mentioned how people have a tendency to be, I don't know why this is coming up, and they just start sharing things and they don't know why. Well, there's a lot of times that when we have our conversations about life in general and about experiences in general that we're seeing, that there's a lot of awareness that comes up with, okay, so we didn't realize that this and this were connected with what you do and what I do, and that chances are that this experience could be attached to this energetically, and this energetic experience is attached to this physically. And I love that this platform gets to give us a space to start having those conversations with other people, because it's really cool.
And then one other thing I just wanted to share, I'll share for Julie. It's okay. Julie, if I say something wrong, let me know.
Send it in the
So
chat, Julie.
recently, I've had to send chiropractic patients Julie's way. Great, right? I can't, like, the things they had going on were just like the oddest things. For instance, one gentleman, his neck is a mess, his shoulder is a mess, his wrist is a mess. So, like, the whole side of him was a mess. And we would adjust him and he'd feel good for a little bit. And then, it'd come right back. Same thing. I think he went to you too, Lindsay. I think we even tried a massage in there too. It gave him relief for a little bit, but it still came back. So one day we finally convinced him to go try acupuncture. Guys, we're all women here, so we can say this. Men, they're stubborn, right? Until we convince them that you need to try this. He was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot, because basically he's desperate at this point. Like, why is this not working? So last week was actually the first time I had seen him in about a month, because he was trying other stuff, and he went to Julie. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 times. The stuff actually moved. And he's like, I don't know what she did, putting some needles in me, but he could actually move his neck and his arm again. So it wasn't a matter of something being out of alignment or tight muscles because he has a very physically demanding job. It was that the chi was literally blocked here, and we just had to get it moving again. So as crazy as that sounds, sometimes something as manual, as forceful as chiropractic, as massage, that's not the right option for you. And so, like I said, it's so cool now that we have everyone here, so we can be like, okay, what would you do in this instance? Or how would you treat this? And then, you just know, talking in conversation, that that's what this patient needs. So that's where we're going to send them. That's what we're going to try to help get them to the bottom of what's going on. So, like I said, it's just crazy that just Thursday last week, he came in again and he can finally move. So maybe you have some weird symptom that, just keeps nagging at you. And like I said, it goes away for a little bit, but it comes back. So is acupuncture it for you? Do we just need to get the chi moving again? Do we need to balance out how stuff flows through your body? So acupuncture does. It's pretty amazing. And because we have a minute, I'm going to share my own success story with acupuncture. So 3 months before I started chiropractic school, I had surgery on my foot. When I went into the doctor, like for the consultation and stuff, they're basically like, this is a nothing surgery. It's going to be like quick in and out. You'll be fine. So, okay, I'm like, cool. I need something done with my foot. It's bothering me. So I go into surgery. I go to get up after surgery, guys. I'm in a cast up to my knee. I couldn't even pick my leg up off the hospital bed that I was in. And my mom just looks at me and she's like, well, this is cool. What are we going to do? It's October and I'm starting chiropractic school in January and I'm in a cast up to my knee. I'm like, I don't know, but here we go. So, went through the whole spiel, did the physical therapy. It didn't do much because my whole lower leg was still so swollen. So I'm trying to work out at this point. I'm trying to get back to being active. And no matter what I do, my ankle looks like a balloon. So I'm in chiropractic school. This is when they still had acupuncture at the chiropractic college. The acupuncture students need people to try on. So I'm like, I don't care. Do anything to me. Like, as long as someone can help get rid of this balloon, I don't care at this point. So I go lay down in there, and I'll never forget the gentleman who treated me. I was like, I don't like the needles. I don't know what you're doing to me, but fix it. And he's like, okay, we're like going to start slowly. So they literally only put needles in from my knees down. Guys, it was like sticking a needle in a balloon. Instantly, the swelling was gone after one treatment for like 3 or 4 days. I was amazed. Like I said, I don't know the logistics of what happened, but it was fabulous. So I was like, cool. Can I come back next week? You know, so I was a student, so I was a guinea pig. So I got to go back week after week to get this done. But it was only after 2 or 3 sessions that the swelling was completely gone. I could like jump during my workouts again, and my foot wouldn't swell up like a balloon. So looking at it now that I know more about acupuncture, was it just the chi was blocked from being cut open for surgery? Was it, I don't know, scar tissue? I don't know, but it works. So that's my fun story about acupuncture. And like I said, I'm just so glad we have someone here now to offer this to our clients here. So, since we've talked a lot, does anyone have any questions for us? And then we'll give you a little tidbit about what we're doing next month and where we're going with this.
Can I add a thought in? And
Yeah.
I won't add it in for everybody, but I would, of course, I would assume it would apply. But one thing that I love about these conversations and these connections between modalities is the part that our client, I reference client, you guys say patient, different ways, is how the client plays a part in it by having conversations with us and telling us what's going on and being open with us, and at least for me, being open with what's going on and having an open mind to the different options. And the key piece in this is that open communication between us and the clients, and helping us know, this, I know for me, we talk about, okay, this is our intention and this is what we did, and knowing so that we can move into combining the different things that work. So your participation in this and your communication with us in this is such a powerful part of that. And your openness to these modalities is such a powerful part. Okay, I'm done. Any questions?
That's awesome. That was such a needed comment because, yeah, if you don't tell us, I mean, we're all pretty smart, like not to toot our own horns or anything. We kind of know when there's stuff that you're not telling us, but sometimes we don't like to call you out on it. So it's just easier if you tell us what's going on so we can help guide you in the right direction. So, what we're going to do from here on out, we are going to host a town hall talk every month. So, because you guys are here, you're already on our email list. It will be the same Zoom link tonight for until we decide we're not doing it anymore. So, if you lose this Zoom link, it's okay because I'm going to send you one again. But just know when we put up the box to join our town hall talk again, you don't have to enter your email. If you do, I mean, Karen's going to try it, but then you might just get like 5 emails from me. So it's up to you. If you want me to jump in your inbox that many times, I definitely will. But next month, hang on, I gotta pull up the date here so I don't get this wrong. Oh crap, I didn't even type it in here. Guys, did we say the 16th? Can someone help me? Okay.
October 16th.
Wednesday, October 16th, we're going to get together again at 6:30. We are going to have a topic picked out. I think we've settled on talking about how healing is a journey, but that could change because who knows what conversations we're going to have between now and then. But as always, if there's anything you want us to cover, simply send a message to one of us, respond to the email and say, hey, I would really like you guys to talk about such and such, because that's what we're here for. We're just going to talk about random health facts. Like I said, a lot of conversations that we have on a daily basis to get them out to help you become the best and healthiest version of yourself. If you know someone who would totally benefit from this talk, send them the Zoom link. After this, we're going to send you the YouTube video so you can rewatch it. Maybe there was something that you're like, I kind of remember what Karen said about energy work, but I don't remember, so I'm going to go re-listen to it. Revisit it. Again, if you have a family member or a friend that's like, I'm kind of scared of chiropractic, like the patient I had today, kind of scared, I don't want my neck adjusted. Well, guess what, guys? We don't have to adjust your neck, but there's so many other benefits to getting a chiropractic adjustment. So introduce them to us. Like I said, invite them to the next talk. Share the Zoom link with them. We're just here to give you all the information about health that we can. So mark your calendar, Wednesday, October 16th at 6:30. Like I said, we'll see you then. Does anyone have anything they want to add before I stop this?
Thank you, everybody, for being here and listening.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We can't wait to see you next month. But I'd say that was a pretty successful first round of our town hall talks. See you next time, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.